4 or 5 months before they begin to lay on your farm. But the point of lay, probably next 2 3 months they should begin to lay. That's for point of lay. Then young breeders, they can begin to lay at any time. Of course, when I mention point of lay to be 2 3 months, that's just as a worst scenario. Okay, because point of lay can always be liking. Because when I teach my students, I always give them practical example for them to relate with. When you are talking of point of lay is just like saying, okay. So when you are talking of point of lay can be likened to be teenagers. When you're mentioning teenagers, a child or a boy or a girl of 13 is a teenager, as well as a mature guy or a mature lady of 19. Constitutionally 18 19 is mature enough in Nigeria and even throughout the world. So but you still categorize a child or a guy of 19 to be a teenager because of that word teen. So as well as a child or a guy or a boy of 13. So, and I'm sure that I know that a boy of 19 is more mature than that of 13, yet they are all teenagers. As well as when you're talking of adults, a boy or a man of 20-year-old is an adult, as well as a man of 100 years old. So when you are talking of adults, it depends on the age group. So that is what you have to when it comes to snails. When you mention point of lay, it depends on the age at which you are talking about. Okay, so that's why when you see point of lay, even in prices, it's of different prices. Some will tell you my point of lay is 10 naira, another person tell you my point of lay is 20 naira. So but what you should be more concerned about is the age difference, not the nomenclature. Okay, so I'll be doing that to others. So for the sake of my battery, because my battery is extremely low now, so I'll be shutting down this video. But I hope you've been able to get one or two things on how to get your snails introduced into your trench or into your snairy whenever they arrive on your farm. Just for a quick recap, when you receive your snails, pour them inside a basin, pour water on them, let them get rejuvenated for about 15 minutes or thereabouts before you introduce them into the snail house. So that is the main thing here. And ensure that the mulching material is, can you see them? They're getting used to the environment. Can you see them? They're all coming out now. That's the way they be moving about. Okay. Then for the feed, you can decide to have a portion of this snairy, as a feeding point. Though that is not compulsory, because one thing about them is that they smell. So their smelling sense is what they use to locate where the feed are. So wherever you put the feed, they will locate it. Okay, so they are not like a poultry that or goats that always have feeding points. Of course, you can introduce that, they will still get there. But if you decide to put the feed anywhere, they will still go there. Okay, so that's one beautiful thing about snail. And for a quick recap, to tell you that this snail, you can have it done anywhere, because snail don't make noise. They don't get smell. They don't make noise. And then they are very, 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 very easy to manage. Okay, economically they are easy to manage. And the beautiful thing is that they are prolific when it comes to breeding. Okay, they are prolific. We've said that earlier on, that snails are hermaphrodites. So when two snails comes together and they mate, so the two goes the separate way. This one lays, this one lays, and it shows how prolific and how the growth rate that you can have, when you start it. So from the stable of November's Farm and Shoba Murupe Snails, I remain Shoba Murupe Johnson. I want to thank you for your time, and then I hope you've been able to learn one or two things. And don't forget that we are starting a series very, very soon. Okay, very, very soon we are starting a series. That's everything that I need to know about snails. That's what I tell to A to Z of snails. Okay, so keep safe and keep enjoying yourself and keep eating snails, because they always tell you that snail is the best meat you can ever have in the world. Go and ask any doctor. It's the first that come in the hierarchy of meat. Okay, so let's eat more snail to stay more healthy. I love you guys. Bye for now.
Yeah, for you to touch snake. Now I know if it's flourish. If we want to touch everything, touch every head.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, touch